Hello, one and all present here. This is Amit Kumar Singh, and welcome to my first session on MATLAB. So, guys, I believe the reason you are listening to me is that you want to know about MATLAB. And MATLAB, as a product which was developed by Matrix Laboratory, is one of an high end mathematical numerical computing software. Okay, and that is huge demand when we talk about scientific mathematical modeling part. Although 14 was there, which was developed by IBM in 1977, it was used much more as a mathematical modeling platform. But gradually, 14 was not so much comfortable where you can compute the data of 14 with respect to the other tools like C, C++. While with MATLAB, by using MATLAB compiler, you can do it very easily. So right now, more or less, we use MATLAB for whenever we talk about scientific and mathematical modeling. So talking about MATLAB as a student of engineering, as a student of research and science, there's huge opportunities there around the world. When you talk about MATLAB developer, you can click on any of these links and you can see the demand for MATLAB. So like I just one link I clicked and you can see 10 most in demand tech skills. So probably after Python, Java, Cloud, Linux, JavaScript, SQL, you can see the MATLAB, which is the older mathematical manipulation language, and it has its root back to 1980s, and it is totally devoted to the applied mathematical and used heavily in science and engineering. And you can see so out of these platforms which have demand in the market, so probably one of the platform which you can see definitely as something which you can integrate with Python or you can integrate with machine learning is something which is MATLAB, which is more or less very close to the topic of mathematics. So next thing, if you go to Google and you search for the job opportunities in regard of MATLAB, you can see probably around like because I'm based in Bangalore, so probably all the job openings what I can see with regard of MATLAB will be shown to me around Bangalore. You can see. So these are the current openings, like 100 more jobs openings are there. I'm talking only about Bangalore. So you can see the scope of MATLAB in the current era. Probably right now, if I'm looking only for one location for Bangalore, I can see so many scopes. Or if I see around the world, and if I click on totaljobs.com, so I can see around the world what is the scope of MATLAB and how many openings are there. You can see like there are around 101 MATLAB jobs are there around the world. You can see the per annum package also. What a MATLAB developer is getting around the world. You can see this. So it's between around 35,000 pound to 55,000 pound per annum. So that kind of demand you can see a MATLAB developer have in the market. Fine. So MATLAB is basically it is a product of Matrix Laboratory and it is developed by MathWorks, and you can see the website of this MathWorks. You can go and get more information about MATLAB. MATLAB it's a high performance language tool for technical computing, and MATLAB provides you an interactive environment where the basic data element is an array which does not require dimensioning. So the problem, if you can compare MATLAB with other tools like C, where every time whenever you are trying to write a program, so you need to first define a data type. You need to define a data type as in is it an integral or decimals or string, and then gradually you need to mention its dimension, and then while you're storing the data also you need to figure out the variables on which you can assign the data type. So that all that complexities you may face when you're working on C, while hundreds of lines of codes what you can write in C, the same thing you can do very easily in more or less in 10 lines when you write the same thing in MATLAB. So the advantage what the MATLAB offers us is that the MATLAB does not require dimensioning. So MATLAB, because the basic data element in MATLAB is in the form of array. So in the case of MATLAB, there's no a single variable concept where we insert uh, data. Whenever we are inserting data in MATLAB, so data get automatically we feed as an array, and that advantage what the MATLAB offers you, and that gives it's kinds of flexibility where you can figure out the data within any dimensions, and that way probably you can use MATLAB in much more what you say as a platform where it can be run on much more smoother way. So too much defining of a data or too much finding out the dimensions of data, all that does not requires in MATLAB. So you can do it very easily. And basically either you talk about visualization, either you talk about 2D or 3D or multi-dimensional visualization, or when you are working on programming, so all that can be easily be expressed whenever you are working on in MATLAB. So when we talk about MATLAB, so basically since already I mentioned that in the case of MATLAB the basic data element is an array, so which allows you to solve many technical computing problems, especially those which are related to matrix and vector formulation, which you can solve it in a fraction of time. And for that, whenever you're writing in a program, you can write a very simple program for that, because your basic data component is an array. And that way, that advantage you get whenever you're working on a MATLAB. So probably if I talk about the typical use of MATLAB, so as already mentioned from the first slide, you can understand MATLAB is purely a mathematical based software, and you can use MATLAB for working on any kind of modeling or prototyping application. Similarly, you can use MATLAB for simulation exercises, either related to scenario analysis or sensitivity analysis, or working on any kind of modeling exercises related to demand forecasting, sales forecasting. Very simple. I'm talking very layman sense. The same thing what we can do with Excel. This and then gradually you can go to in much more higher end level to understand the application of MATLAB, where the when you talk about MATLAB, the application development under a MATLAB is as good as what you can see in Visual Basics. So the MATLAB is being used in more or less all disciplines of engineering, and it can be used for data analysis, exploration, and visualization. I can show you, like, this is MATLAB. I can open a MATLAB and I can show you what I'm talking about. So to give emphasis on the terms what I'm talking about here, instead of just talking, let's show you the application. Like you can see MATLAB, so you can see you can use MATLAB for math, statistics, optimization, data science, and deep learning. You can see all this parallel computing, image processing, and computer vision, physical modeling, robotics and automation system, code generation, database access, reporting, system engineering, computational finance, biology, everywhere you can use MATLAB. So MATLAB has this platform called Simulink. So Simulink is basically it is a block diagram environment for multi-domain simulation and model-based design. So it supports system-level design, simulation, automatic code generation, and continuous test and verification of embedded system. So Simulink provide a graphical editor, customizable blocks, libraries, and solvers for modeling and simulating a dynamic system. So if you remember in MS Excel, you have under data type, you have a solver, and by using solver, we can work on LPP problems. But you can understand by using the Simulink, you can work on multi-dimensional, what you say, LPP problems, and you can solve it within a fraction of time, instead of working and defining all equations, what you can do in MS Excel. So it's just an example. You can work on MATLAB. You can work on simulation, as already I mentioned. You can work on you can work on simulation, or you can work on modeling. So as I mentioned already, you can read all these as self-explanatory. So you can work on project management. You can work on block authorizing and simulation exercise. So that way you can understand how you can work on MATLAB. You can see the examples for that. You can use MATLAB primarily. When you see MATLAB, you can see MATLAB that in multiple domains. You can see this MATLAB. So either you talk about visualizing a model reference architecture, or you talk about converting subsystem to model reference, or introduction to managing data with with model reference. All these domains, you can see the reason of showing you all this, that if you go to this is a MATLAB environment. So you, this is a symbol of MATLAB. So if you go to the MATLAB and there's a help, if you click on help, and you can see like in what all manner the MATLAB can help you. Or you simply here write help. You simply here write help. After the prompt command, you can write help. So it will show you like documentation. Like, so basically nothing is written. So it is not guiding you. Like imagine for an example, imagine if I use a function called magic 4. Okay, so if I use a function called magic 4, so what it will do, like now it gave me an answer. So it gave me 4 by 4 matrix, which I'm not able to understand. So if I write help, so now it explained me. This help command explained me what is this magic. So I wrote magic under bracket 4. So what this bracket 4, what that number 4, and then it gave me some values in matrix, what this values basically means. So you can explain, you can understand. So magic n, it is an n by n matrix constructed from the integers uh, 1 through n square with the help of with equal rows, columns, and diagonal sum. So if you notice, if you do the sum of these, if you do the sum of columns, each column sum, if you do each row sum, if you do each diagonal sums, so 2 diagonals only there, so you'll find the sums to be same. So I'll show you, like suppose I define a variable called m, so where m is equal to, so no need to write all, you can write m is equal to magic bracket 4, you can write it like this, or use just simply just use up arrow, and you can see magic 4. Okay, so magic 4. Now define a variable, suppose x equal to magic 4. You got this right. Now I'll prove the sum of x. So you can see this. So now you can see, so row, column, diagonal sums, if you do, the sum would be equal to 34. So basically this, what this help command basically do, whenever you're working on any function and you have any doubt for that, you can use help command. Or to understand help, and what all commands or what all functions you can work under help, you can write help space help. So you will get a lot of information with reference to help, and then you can read one by one all this information. You can read one by one all this information, or you can simply go here and you can read, press F1, or read about documentation, example, support website, all that you can read about what is MATLAB. You can click on that and you can read about MATLAB. So when we are working on MATLAB, so I'm basically working on R 2020A version, so which was launched around, I think, in the month of February this year. This R2020A version is being launched. It is 64-bit version. It will launch in, okay, I forgot to see the date. It will launch in 25th February 2020. You can see this version of MATLAB I'm working on. You can use either this version or older version also. That would be fine. So the reason of showing you this is to just to mention the importance, like what we are working on MATLAB. So when we talked about MATLAB, so MATLAB as a tool can be used in multiple dimensions of scientific research, and that way it helps us to work on areas related to communication system, or signal processing, or control system, or machine learning, or artificial intelligence, or it helps us to work on statistical data analysis, or neural network simulation, etc. So you can see this diagram. so which you can understand MATLAB as a programming language. So it is basically it is user written function where probably when you talk about user written functions, you can works on development of graphs. Either they can be two-dimensional or three-dimensional, or you can work on external interfaces. You can connect your exercise or your homework what you're doing on MATLAB, and you can easily connect the your homework of MATLAB with respect to the other tool by using MATLAB compiler, where it can be easily get interfaced with C and 14 other languages. So when you talk about built-in function, it can be helpful for working for different mathematical homeworks related to linear algebra or data analysis or signal processing or polynomials and interpolation or quadrature or the solutions of ordinary differential equations. So basically, I hope you're understanding the application of MATLAB. You can understand as in tool MATLAB you can use in many disciplines, and it can helpful for you to understand and how you can study statistics, or you can study biology, or you can study or robotics control system, or you can study finance, or you can study image processing, and gradually everywhere you use MATLAB. So when we're talking MATLAB system consists of basically five main parts. So it have a development environment. So the window which I have shown you. So this is basically it is a development environment. So this window what you saw, this is basically it is in a development environment. And then you have a MATLAB mathematical function library. So you can access that library to get all forms of packages like what we used to there in R or Python. So the similar packages are there in similarly in MATLAB also. So you can work on them very easily. And basically when you talk about MATLAB, so it basically MATLAB as a language, it basically works on matrices, and here we don't have to define and declare arrays in advance, and it basically works on automatic memory management. And like so when we talk about MATLAB, so like what we have in R or Python, so like packages, similarly in MATLAB we have toolboxes, which is a family of add-on application specified solutions tools, which is called as MATLAB functions or M files. So these M files or MATLAB functions, which are the toolboxes. So they are basically they are the comprehensive collections of different already installed functions which can help you to work on MATLAB and very easily to solve any complex particular case of problem. So that way it helps us MATLAB, and these M files is already inbuilt packages what you have in the MATLAB, which can be used depending upon the applications to application. Then you have MATLAB language, then you have graphic system where you can work on two-dimensional, three-dimensional, multi-dimensional, and then you have MATLAB application program interface. So talking about development environment, what you have seen, so it includes command window. So where I wrote these functions, this is the command window. Then you can see command history. So whatever the work I'm doing, so all that is being stored on command history. So you can see all the work what I'm doing. You can see that in command history, so which you can see on the left hand side command history, and then you can have a current directory browser. So then you have workspace browser. You can see at the bottom part workspace browser, where any function which I have used till now, it will be easily visible, and it can see them very easily. You can go to layout. You can go to layout, and you can click on what form you want to see. So all but current window minimized. So you can see this. So by using layout, you can see default. Click on default. So then click on three column. So you can see this. So you can go to here. You can see you can tick untick. So whichever command history you want to see. So I said pop up, or you say no, I want to see log doc. So you can see this command history. Whatever I have done, some exercise if I've done in past, that would be visible for you. So that way it would be helpful for you whenever you can go to layout and you can see that to understand in past if any functions, any work if I've done, you can easily see this. Or you can do the same thing by using up arrow. If you use up arrow, you can see all the old functions is being done by you. So you can understand the application of MATLAB, how we can work on MATLAB. So understanding of the different functions and working on the window of MATLAB is very important to understand. So you can see this all what you're seeing. And already I've shown you this is a MATLAB window. This is a command window. So command window, like where I have used this function called magic. So you can see this, you can work on them. Then you have command history that also I've shown you. In the past, whatever the functions are, or whatever the mathematical, statistical homework I've done, all that I can check in command history. Then I can see a current directory. So there I can see where my files is getting saved. You can see here that my files are getting saved on C, then program file, then poly space R2020A, then bin. So this is the location where whatever work I'm doing on MATLAB is getting saved. So if you go to this current directory, you can see all together the storage part of the data on which you're working on. Then you have workspace. So workspace is where data is stored in the MATLAB during the session. It consists of the set of variables which is built up during the MATLAB sessions and stored in the memory. I'll show you more application of workspace. It's MATLAB is more similar to the R. If you have worked on R, so then you can easily understand it's very similar to what we have worked on R. So when we talk about MATLAB, in MATLAB there are many ready-made functions are available for you to navigate, like what we have packages in R or Python. Then to understand these ready-made packages available, you can write help and then you can write function name. Then you will get all the detail about that function. Already I shown you under help you can do that. Fine. So when you talk about MATLAB, so you can when you're working on MATLAB, like suppose, okay, fine, I've done something, now I don't want to see this again. I write CLC, so all get clean. If I want to close it, I can write quit, so it get closed. So you can understand this MATLAB. So you can do all form of mathematical exercise here. Like if I write 3 into 5, so if you write 3 into 5, so you got this as an answer 15. So when I wrote 3 into 5, so unless it was not specified, unless because I simply wrote 3 into 5, so there's no variable which was specified here. So unless if the variable is not specified, then automatically the homework what you have done is being stored under a workspace file name, a variable name called ANS. You can see here, and that giving you value called 15. Imagine if I define here m equal to 3 into 5. Here if I define 3 into 5, so 3 into 5. So now you can see in workspace, you don't see ANS, you'll see M. So M is giving you a value called 15. Okay. Now if I redefine M, yes, I'm saying M is equal to M plus 1. Okay. So here now the value of M becomes 16. Okay. So I hope you're understanding this. Now if I suppose the thing what is important us to understand here, that whenever you use the equal to sign, then equal to sign is like an assignment operator that works on a definition that the expression on the right side of the equal sign is assigned to the variable on the left. So that way it helps us to perform any kind of mathematical homework under the MATLAB. So here if I use up arrow, okay, so m equal to m plus 1, and if you put semicolon, so it will not give you the answer in the command window, but the same answer you can see in the workspace. Okay, so you can see the same answer here in workspace. You can see n becomes 617. So you will not see the answer here, although the work is being done, but the answer will not be shown to you because because you have used the semicolon sign. So you can understand this is just in a basic application. So this is just in basic application of semicolon. So imagine if I use a function called k is equal to 8 minus 2. Suppose if I use a function called k is equal to 8 minus 2. Now k has become 6, very simple. So fine. So now here, if I write here, now earlier m was something else. Now if I write m, so till now the m is 17. If I write m is equal to 3 into k. So if I write m is equal to 3 into k is 6 and m is 17. So what is m is equal to 3 into k? K is 6. K is 6 and okay, k is 6 and m is equal to 3. Sorry, m you want to determine. So now you got the value of m is equal to 18. So now you understood, right? Now now you understood this. So this is very basic thing. So you can work on very basic mathematical exercise like this. If I write CLC, all get clean. Fine. So any mathematical applications like plus, minus, into, divide, everything you can use in MATLAB very easily. All forms of calculation, if you want, you can calculate very easily on MATLAB. So suppose if I ask you find the area of circle, find the area of circle if radius, if it's imagine if I ask you find the area. So, so find the area of a circle. If I'm asking you if the radius of the circle is pi to the power 1 by 3 minus 1. So tell me the area of the circle. So you know the formula of area. Area is equal to pi r square. So the same thing you can use it here. So same thing you can use it here. So if I write here pi, this become pi r. So r square. So your r is pi to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 whole square. So you know that pi is a irrational number. So which gives you value like pi is what when you divide the circumference of circle with the diameter of the circle, you get pi. So it is an irrational number. So writing 22 by 7, 22 by 7, which is a rational number, or writing 3.14 will not justify. So in MATLAB, in pi, you can write pi. You can write pi as pi. So that way it will give you that way it will help you to understand what pi is all about. So if you write here pi, if you write here pi, so you can see 3.1416. So if I suppose if I write m is equal to pi. Okay. Here I defined a variable called m equal to pi. So then I'll say what is r? R is equal to pi. So pi already I wrote that is m. So m to the power means shift 6 to the power 1 by 3. You can see 1 divided by 3. Now you can see the blue color. You can understand which bracket I'm right now. This is m to the power 1 by 3 minus 1. So minus 1, if I write minus 1. So I got the value of r. So once I got the value of r, now I'll find the area. So the area of the circle is nothing but that is pi r square. That is pi means pi already I wrote pi, no, pi equal to m, or I can write pi into r square. So your r, this is your r square. So shift 6 r square. Okay. you got the area of the circle. So the area of circle is 0.678. Okay, this any kind of mathematical exercise you can work very easily whenever you are working on MATLAB, and you can understand that the calculation is so easy to work on. So basically by using help function, whenever I'm using help function, whenever I'm using help function, whenever I'm using help function, anything if I have done, if I have any doubt for that, I can write help. So now automatically it will show me the help for pi. Automatically it will show me the help for the pi. What kind of help the MATLAB can do for me for the pi. So that is being shown to you. So that way you can understand what pi is all about and all. You want to read more about that, so you can click on the documentation of pi and you can read about it gradually. Going further, you if I'm not very sure about a function, like there is some function, like I use a function called magic, but I'm not very sure for a function called magic. I don't know what basically the magic based function, what magic basically do. So I can use a name for that, that is look for. So I can write here look for. So I can write look for, and here I can write magic. So if I write look for magic, so it will give me the information. So what, like the information what you're talking about, it is telling you that magic is basically, when you're talking magic is basically what is magic is all about. So it defined the magic information. So what magic basically do. So already I have already discussed about magic. So that way you can understand, and you can understand what is this look for function is all about. So that way it will help you. So to understand, in case you know a function but you don't know what that function is all about, and then you can type demo to see all inbuilt function details. So you want to see all inbuilt function detail, you will click on demo. So you can see here all the inbuilt function details. Already I have shown you all this by you under help. So all the forms of modeling exercises, everything we can do very easily when we are working on MATLAB. So we can do it very easily. Fine. So MATLAB, already as I mentioned, you can use all form of mathematical calculations under MATLAB. So under MATLAB, so the largest real number which is available, that you can see by pressing real max, and the smallest real number you can see by using a real mean. So you can use this function called real max or real mean. So real max, real max, max. So you can see 1.7977 into 10 to the power 308. That is the largest real number. What is there under MATLAB? Then the smallest real number under MATLAB is real mean. That is 2.225 into 10 to the power minus 308. That is the smallest real number. What is there in the stored in the MATLAB platform? Okay. So then you can try 0 divided by 0. You can simply, that 0 divided by 0 is not defined. That will give you none. Then if you write 1 divided by 0, it would give you infinity. And if you divide minus 1 divided by 0, you get minus infinity. Simple calculation. All that you can do, what you can get. Then what is the difference of 20 divided by 2 and 20? So left hyphen and right hyphen. So now you can see if I write 20 slash so 2, you get 10. Okay, but if I write 20, then this left hyphen, then divide by 2, it give you 0.1. Basically understand this. So when you are writing 20 divide by 2, so it is actually doing calculation called 20 divide by 2. But if you write 20, so when you write 20 divide by 2, so it's 20 divide by 2. Sorry, when you're writing 20 divide by 2 is actually calculating 20 by 2. But when you write 20 like inverse of that 2, then it's actually doing 2 divide by 20. That is 1 by 10, that is 0.1. Okay, so I hope you are understanding this. So you can do lot of mathematical homework when you are working on MATLAB. Like suppose like suppose if I want to do some calculation like 0.785 minus 0.754, for doing all these calculations it use BODMAS, divide by 3 into 4. Okay, so imagine if I want to do this calculation. Okay, so now imagine if I want to do this calculation and then minus 0.785 to the power 7. Randomly I'm writing this, so divide by 4 into 5. Suppose I want to do this calculation. So now when I'm doing this calculation here in MATLAB, so I write 0.785 minus 0.754, then to the power 3, to the power 3, divide by 3, divide 3 into 4. So you can see I this extra bracket. So now this way I justify all the bracket opens are closed. Now suppose what I can do, I can write now this you can see this minus you can write 0.785 to the power 7, to the power 7, divide by 4 into 5. Okay. You press enter, you got the answer. Now the same thing what I have done. Now same thing what I have done. Now imagine, now same thing what I have done. Suppose I forgot. I did till here, then I forgot. So what you can do if you write 3.123 and then press enter. So it means that your homework is still going on. Okay. Then you can write the remaining function. Okay. Then I can click on the remaining function. Okay, so now here same answer I'll get. I hope you're understanding this. So that three dot will help you whenever you want to continue any exercise which you have done. So you can check that. Okay, gradually what you can do, you can try to solve one question. Like you can see this. You can try this. Like if I ask you this problem, like 10 divide by 2, then this arrow, what do you mean by this? I hope you know that. Minus 3 plus 2 into 4. Okay. So what this means, this you know that 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then 5. So this is not 5 divide. It is like 5 inverse of divide. 5 means 5 by 5. Both are 5, so that doesn't create any change. Okay, so minus 3 plus 4 is the 8. This is 1 minus 3 plus 8. So this is 9 minus 3, this is 6. And we can check this. This is 10 divided by 2, inverse of that 5 minus 3 plus 2 into 4. You can see the value, you got the value called 6. So I hope you are understanding. So with MATLAB, you can work on simple mathematical calculations. You can perform any forms of mathematical calculation whenever you work on MATLAB very easily. And that way, working on MATLAB seems to be much more easier than when we do the same calculation in other platform, even in R also to do mathematical calculation and then to write theory, it will be very difficult. So then like I cannot write here area of circle and all. So then it will define it as a character, then it will define other. So we need to define each variable. All that is not so much problematic when you, because MATLAB works on the concept of array. So that way the calculations and writing and presenting everything in the MATLAB environment becomes very easy for all of us. So this was a basic understanding of how we can work on MATLAB, what MATLAB is all about. So that was what that is what we were trying to understand under this platform. I hope you have enjoyed this. This was the introductory session for the MATLAB. So if you like the session, so don't forget to click on the like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel. So thank you everyone. I believe you like this, and so keep practicing. Install MATLAB in your system. So you can install MATLAB in your system. To install the MATLAB on your system, you can take the help from your college. So you definitely you need to have a license to work on MATLAB. So figure out how you can install MATLAB by taking the help of your college, or you can take student versions also under the mathsworks.com. You can go there and either take the online form, either try to register for the online copy for the MATLAB version, or you can take the student copy for the MATLAB version and just try to do whatever I have taught you till now. So just do practice there. That way it will help you to understand MATLAB all about and to do some basic mathematical calculations in MATLAB. So with that intention, guys, it's time to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Take care. Bye.